Well, hi everybody, Kim Winter here, and on our journey through East Africa and here in beautiful Nairobi in Kenya, one of the most beautiful places in the world, population of about 52 million people. We're in Nairobi city, busy, bustling place, probably, 10, 12 million people live here. Traffic's crazy, but hey, it's a great place, great sense of community. And very pleased to have a young entrepreneurial Kenyan woman here. We're filming for the Women in Leadership series and Young Entrepreneurs series for our vodcasts. Thanks for joining us today. Young lady today is young in her journey, but has achieved a lot. And we're actually just going to get her to introduce herself now. Hey, welcome.
Thank you, Kim. My name is Sharon. I'm 27 years old, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Thanks so much. Sawa. So Sharon, we've had a little bit of a chat before this, and you've got an interesting upbringing. Tell us where you came from. What part of Kenya were you brought up in, and what was childhood like in Kenya for folks who have never been here?
Alright. So from the western part of Kenya. Basically, I'm a Luya. I grew up in a family of 3. That is my mother, elder sister, and I. My upbringing was pretty cool because I went to boarding school at class 5 all along until my university, where I did my diploma in procurement and supply chain. I also did cabin crew, but so far so good. I'm doing different things in terms of career.
Okay, so off camera we had a bit of a chat. I didn't realise that you were involved in supply chain. So what attracted you to procurement and supply chain as a young woman in Western Africa?
Alright, so I was interested in supply chain because after I completed my high school, I worked as a brand ambassador in one of the companies in Kenya called Modern Course. They were dealing with transport and everything about it. I got interested with everything about the transport industry, plus how goods were being transferred to Kenya and out of Kenya. So that's how I went to study procurement and supply chain.
Sawa. So you're a multifaceted woman, just like about every other young entrepreneur and leader that we've come across here in Nairobi and broader across Kenya. You're also into social media. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that journey.
Social media, okay. With the current changing times, who isn't on social media? So after high school, that is when Instagram was coming up. Aside from social media, I'm interested in fashion. So I thought when I get into social media, I'll be able to air out my interest in fashion more, other than just being out there talking to people about fashion. Yeah, so I usually create my designs and post them on my Instagram account. That is it's Sharon Crochet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your tagline, is Sharon Crochet.
Yeah, it's okay. Sharon Crochet.
Okay, and people can see down below on the feed, they can see how to get hold of you and what your hashtags are and what have you, yeah?
Yeah.
So social influencer, how's that working for you, and how did you start building up to be a social influencer? Because I understand that you're sponsored by a couple of companies, you're monetizing your presence on social media, so how's that working for you?
Okay, it wasn't a plan, but because I had interest in it, and the company that I'm currently working on noticed that interest, they decided to take me as a social media marketing strategist. It's working pretty cool because I'm able to get different orders for the company just through modeling for them.
Yeah.
And speaking about our products plus modeling my clothes, I'm able to get different orders from different states.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really interesting. Well done on that. It's a real evolution, yeah? So one thing has led into another.
Mm-hmm.
So you were working with a big Chinese company, as I understand it here.
Yeah.
And the Chinese, as we know, have made big investments in various parts of Kenya. and Africa, and of course a lot of people here are involved with those companies, so that's great to see. Before we finish, there's another very special element to your makeup that I want to ask you about. Since we've been here and we've talked to you about Oasis Africa, which is a humanitarian foundation that Logistics Executive runs, has been running for 14 years, providing freedom from poverty through education for over 8,000 kids. Now you volunteered to be an ambassador for us on the ground here. We have ambassadors in different parts of the world, but it's so important that we have young mentors who can relate to especially our young ladies, our young girls that are in high school and university. We've interviewed a whole lot of those this morning, will be part of our series here. But what would your intentions be as ambassador here, especially for the girls and the ladies as part of Oasis Africa?
I just wanna let them know that they can be bold enough. Like, okay, they don't have to be employed. You can be bold enough to start your own businesses by focusing on your talents. Yeah, all I'll do is just to inspire them to be bold and learn to take risks.
Sure.
Yeah.
And a lot of our kids, boys and girls, are without parents. So you'd obviously see an opportunity there as a bit of a mentor and a guide in terms of their social, their direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. So Sharon, really appreciate you taking your time. You're a successful young entrepreneur, a future leader of Kenya, we're sure. Always ask our special guests for one tip, lessons learned so far on the journey. Give us one tip for young entrepreneurs of how to get into business or something to watch out for on the journey.
Okay, what I can say is, if you're a caretaker, you can't make it outside here. You just have to be a risk taker, to make a statement.
That's it. Get on the wild side and take a risk.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Hey Sharon, great. Thank you for taking your time. I know you've got to go back to your day job right now. We've kept you late. Asante sana.
Karibu.
Thanks so much.
Thank you too.
All the best.
Thank you.